little Tony Bennett to set the mood. That was it? Okay. So, first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to my coworkers at Regent's Park. You want to show yourselves? Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, it's great to see coworkers in another setting. I wanted to thank you all for coming just get some pre-Easter celebration coming in. And I'm the opening act, so isn't that terrific? And I just found this out this afternoon. So in any event, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My full name is Lance David Weiner. Now, if you say that fast, it becomes something like Lance DeWiener, and that's gotta hurt. Now, it could have been worse. My name could have been Peter. It could have been Oscar M. All my life, you know. Or it could have been Richard and don't call me Dick, you know. So Lance makes the point, because Lance is a point, but I digress. A little bit about what I do for a living. I am what is known as a speech language pathologist. So what does that mean? Well, just to make it simple, I deal with people that have situations, challenges from the neck up, whether that's chewing, swallowing, enunciation, pronunciation. I'm dealing with the tongues, the lips, the jaw. You might call me cunning linguist. You know, I've been called worse, as you can well imagine. In any event, I'd like to talk a little bit about the local news, and specifically the women that tell us what the weather is going to be. Now, you take a specific woman, we'll call her, just for the sake of argument, we'll call her Chanel Lopez Schwartz. Is giving us the weather. Now, Chanel is how you say a hybrid of a person. She's 42, 44, 36. Now, poor Chanel, she doesn't have a PhD, but you know she does have a BBL. She does have a BBL. So good for Chanel. So Chanel's going to tell us all about the weather, and you know, what about the commercials? The commercials on the local news. Let me tell you what really grinds my gears. It's how many accidents are we getting into here in South Florida? Every commercial, 95% of them are for law firms. You got the Morgan & Morgan, you got Bernstein, and then you got my favorite. Here it is. You ready? Sitting down? Okay. Blakely Law. Do we know this guy, Blakely? Okay, he comes out. Now, let's dissect his latest commercial, if you'll indulge me. Okay, so the commercial opens, we see Jarrett with 2 T's, Jarrett Blakely, okay? And what is he doing? He's strapping his GMO Pomeranian dogs in the backseat of his Bentley SUV. You see, Jarrett has bank, okay? So now he's got these cutesy dogs, and I think, well, why did they use the dogs? So the director must have said, well, you know, we had to soften your image, Jarrett, because why are you so angry? What are you compensating for? You know, Jarrett's maybe 5'3", he's a little stout, so, you know, to make him a little softer so the women can melt, we'll give him some cute dogs. Okay, so, but enough about me. I want to talk about you. What is it? What do you think of me? Well, no. Beside that, what do you think about the state of? What am I going to talk about here? Okay. Yeah. Just rewind. So we have. Listen, here's what I forgot to tell you about. Once upon a time in my vast career, as a speech pathologist, I have to tell you that I'm totally deaf in my right ear. So basically what that means is I can only hear about half of what anybody's saying. And at this stage in my life, that's enough. That's enough. So before I was doing this, I was helping to write the remake of Jimmy Stewart's movie, It's a Wonderful Life. Do we know that movie? It's a Christmas movie? Well, that's the Christmas movie. I was going to help write the Hanukkah version, which is called This You Call a Wonderful Life? have to tell you about Chanel again. Let's go back to her real quick. So it turns out she lives in my neighborhood in Aventura, and I would see her at Publix, and then I would see her at Nordstrom Rack one morning. She's in there, and now Chanel, you remember I described her. She's trying on these black pleather leggings. Do we have a picture of this? Black pleather leggings encrusted with crystals, okay? So she's putting them on. She's having a rough time. In the middle of Nordstrom, she's putting them on. And the crystals, the Swarovski crystals, gave way. And they started shooting up in the air, and it started to rain gay bullets. Swarovski crystals. I got hurt. I did. I was injured from her crystals. And so what happened? All of a sudden, I hear the pitter patter of little feet, and it's the dogs. And what's in the dog's mouths? Business cards. And what does the business card say? Blakely Law. It turns out that Chanel and Jared were a thing. Go figure. So, hoping your news is good news. This is Lance Weiner. And it's not whiner. I've been weaned well, and I don't whine. I mean, I used to whine. But this is the story of my life, taken for something that really isn't. I mean, this whole thing has been very therapeutic. Let me just put it. Thank you very much.